I turn on the news and there's plenty of it, but what are people actually saying, you know? There's nothing to it. It's just a whole lot of
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Broadcasting.
Hello and welcome back to Bullshit Broadcasting. It is the third episode. By the time this episode airs, we'll have had our first 3 episodes out, so we'll be up and going.
Ooh. Nice little chunk.
My name is Samir. I'm joined, as always, for life, by Lizzie.
Hello, Samir.
Oh!
No, I'm Samir.
Hello, Samir.
And Alfie.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Pretty good. It's my job to be here, so I am.
Yeah, that's okay. And we've got Bill and Joey, as always. How are the producers doing? Good. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you guys doing? 10.
It's good vibes today.
Yeah, it's pretty good vibe. I feel like last week we were all pre-hungover. We'd all been at a party. Full confession, full disclosure. And
we go to parties.
I think the general consensus was we were quite low energy, but we're back. It's okay now. We're back. We're back to normal.
Got a good juju on our side.
We've got a lot of juicy stories today. I feel like I've got a very good feeling about this episode. Mm-hmm. So just straight off the top, do you guys want to tease us with any headlines that you've got for us today? Because I've got something that I can't wait to get into.
Yeah, I feel like I know what your story is. I feel, and I really want to talk about it.
You do?
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. Let's
get straight into it.
Get stuck into it.
Okay. The most exciting thing that probably happened this week was the cybertruck.
Yes.
Elon Musk's new announcement for his new truck, the cybertruck. So initial thoughts. First of all, on how it looks. Do you guys like it?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do. Right, I'm a massive car fan.
Sure.
As you know. So, like, it's pretty exciting that Tesla's been making this new truck for a while and it'll look nothing like anything that's on the roads. And when I saw it, like, I was genuinely frozen. Like, It wasn't something... Because usually when a new Tesla comes out, I'm either, that's ugly, or, yeah, that's quite nice, actually, whatever. Yeah. The specs are always impressive, blah, blah, blah. But this was just, like, it's so polarising.
It is, isn't it? Some people are like, it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
But
what do you think, Lizzie?
I saw a funny tweet from Ford, Ford, like...
The car company.
The North American communications, like, manager, he just tweeted like a gif of like a guy like crying with laughter, like with his hands like laughing, and someone else describes it as antisocial, and I actually understand what that means. Like, it is quite like
antisocial
to look at. Like, it's very like there's like can't see any windows and stuff. It just seems
okay. Well, I watched the full presentation.
Yes.
Did you see much of it? Or
I've seen bits of it. Yeah.
Obviously, we all saw the part where the window smashed by accident and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I like when Elon Musk was like, but it didn't go through.
That's true.
It smashed it, but
well, he actually, I think it was yesterday, he actually realised why it broke.
Okay.
So in the full presentation, right before they do the heavy metal ball through the window test, they do another test where the guy comes out and he, as hard as he can, hits the door with a sledgehammer.
Okay.
And it didn't make a dent. The sledgehammer just bounced straight off of it.
Yep.
But the sledgehammer made a tiny, tiny little crack in the window.
Oh.
And then when the metal ball hit it, then it was already, compromised the glass.
Okay.
So it already
double
through.
whammy.
But also I wrote down some of the specs when I was watching the presentation. Mm-hmm. It's the same metal that he's using on his rocket ships.
Yeah, he said that it can be insulated, like fully transformed into a Mars vehicle.
That is insane.
Really
I
quickly.
think that is quite sick.
That's it. And the windows aren't actually glass. I just said glass, but it's transparent metal.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man,
it goes up to 500 miles an hour.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
500 miles an hour. Do you know
what
that means?
I didn't write that part down.
Oh.
No, it does 500 miles of range, Lizzie. 500 kilometres of range. Fucking 500 miles an hour. Are you actually
I
special?
thought this is so
Do you know what that means?
This is amazing.
Oh,
it's
God,
a
I'm
rocket.
Get
We're editing this out.
They literally just got to 300 miles per hour in a production car like 2 months ago.
I thought that was really cool.
Fucking
I was
hell.
like, this is amazing.
Yeah, and that wedge, that unfucking aerodynamic piece of brick.
I just want to say I'm
Fucking
dyslexic, so no hate, please.
I fucking hope you are.
It's just funny because it's actually built like a shed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I was like, this is incredible, because it said next to it like it was like better sports car than like this Porsche and stuff. I was like, it's a sports car, it's pretty fast.
Well, what was the car? It was a Ford, wasn't it, that they did the tug of race?
Yeah, they did that car. That is like one. That is the best-selling pickup truck in North America.
And the Cybertruck smoked it, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But Ford have actually challenged them again to do that again.
Rematch.
Like, they're a bit upset about it because Ford have sold enough of those cars to, if you put them side by side, not like length to length, would go around the world like 1.5 times.
Damn.
And that's what Tesla's kind of going for. I don't know if you lot have heard of Rivian. They're like a startup electric car company in America. They've had loads of funding from Amazon and stuff. Like, they're the next big thing besides Tesla. And they, a couple of years ago, released 2 concept cars for an SUV and a pickup truck. 2 of America's like most bought cars, bought kinds of cars. And styling was like pretty EV, like we're electric, we're new, we're cool, but it played on the old stylings of typical pickup trucks.
Yeah.
And I think what Elon's done with this is just like, you know, fuck you, Rivian.
Yeah.
I'm Tesla. I can do this.
I think the design of it itself just says a lot as well. I was talking to one of my friends back home from it, and I think he summed it up pretty well. He says it looks like someone from like the 1800s predicting what cars would look like now.
Yeah,
exactly.
So true.
Do you know what I mean? It's like it's a person's from the past prediction.
Yeah.
It is, and the presentation as well. Because I was watching the whole thing, and all the way through,
crazy.
They have like this like weird. It's almost like Blade Runner music. It's
Yeah,
like
apparently
synths.
it's been compared to like that sort of...
Yeah, and
He
then
did take inspiration from Blade Runner.
yeah,
He says.
yeah, and then they do another metal test like off stage where they like drop a metal ball onto the window and it was fine. And the people doing that are all in like long leather jackets,
like
and,
from the Matrix.
Like the Matrix,
like
black glasses.
You know when it drove on and they all got out?
yeah.
And their overcoats and stuff.
So it's just, I think it's just funny. I'm not here to debate. People hate Elon Musk. People love Elon Musk, but I'm just glad he exists. I think he's a fascinating dude, and I think it's kind of an interesting time because I guess it's fair to call him like, you know, the Tesla or the Einstein of our time, or like in terms of inventions and shit like that, and to have the internet and to have this kind of access to his mind and the products he's making, I think as people are going to look back on the history like
I think with this truck it's the beginning of him becoming the Kanye West of engineering.
Oh shit!
That's what I'm saying.
You heard it here first. Elon Musk is the Kanye
West. That's the point.
That's the fucking name of this show, lads.
In 10 years' time, he's going to come out with like his Christ truck.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not allowed to drive it if you've had premarital sex.
He'll run for president.
Yeah. And just finally, I saw that the Tesla stocks, it says that they plummeted. Who knows really what that means? I mean, it said he lost like 700 million, but they had 150,000 orders in like the first hour or something. Crazy. So
I'd love to see one of these on the road. Like, it would just stick out like a sore thumb compared to like a Mini Cooper. You're driving along like, oh fuck.
Well, this is when Tesla's like properly started going mainstream. Like, the first car they made was a little roadster thing. And then they made the Model S, like their big family saloon. And Tesla, I don't know if this has changed, but they haven't made any profits like ever since they've existed. But they're worth now more than Ford because of their technology, because of how much better they are. And Ford's been around since like 1880s.
Yeah, Ford's like the American
just because
car,
of like everyone knows that they will be the future.
Yeah,
like, their tech is what's leading.
It does feel that way. It just feels like the first step into the future. I think that's why I like it, because it's like, oh shit, we're here in the future.
It's such I think the thing is, it's such a giant leap. Like, we're used to seeing things so gradually progress, and then now we've just seen this car, and it's like,
and they're still being that rock star, like Rivian and stuff. All the other electric starter brands are kind of feeding their technology into bigger car firms, like they're like VW, Mercedes, and things. They're all borrowing tech from these other companies, but Tesla's still like, nope, we're gonna just keep it to ourselves. We're gonna keep beasting you all every single.
You weren't kidding. You really know your car industry gossip, don't you?
Mate, I could go on for years.
I had no idea about this.
I don't have enough outbursts. Like none of my friends are into cars besides one. So I just funnel it all into him, and I feel kind of sorry for him.
Maybe you should go on the passion show.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah, that's my passion.
Cybertrucks.
Hashtag passion show.
I'll do a whole episode just about Cybertrucks.
Hashtag
bullshit broadcast.
So I guess the final thing before we move on from Cybertrucks is what I implore everyone to do, because I was going to do this morning, but I didn't have time. You can go on the Cybertruck website and customize your own.
No way. Is there paint options?
Oh yeah.
That.
Oh yeah.
No way. I
what
thought
about,
you was going to
like,
leave it paintless.
pictures? Can you like put?
You can put anything you want on.
Like
there's the big YouTubers, H3 Productions, the main host of that, Hila Klein. She's just designed her own. She put it on her Twitter this morning. It's all like bright pink, bright yellow. It's like graffiti all over it. It looks fucking incredible. It looks like something that does it. Like
I have enjoyed watching other people like try to make renders of it, like bagged like with stupidly big rims and things. It's like everyone's just so confused about what to do with it.
So maybe we'll all make our own Cybertrucks and maybe bring them in, show each other next week or something.
I love that.
Sounds cute.
Do it.
My other big story that I want to talk about, and then I'll hand it off to you guys, is we all probably heard about this real life version of The Orphan. You know, the film The Orphan. It is a crazy story. I probably listened to it last night because there was a clip on it this morning.
Explain.
So the story is a family from Indianapolis in America. They were adopting a Ukrainian kid who, even from the get-go, the whole setup sounded really weird because the dad was on this morning talking about it, and he was basically saying like, I think they tried to adopt someone and the paperwork had fallen through or something.
Right.
And then another random adoption agency just started contacting him and were like, oh, we've got like the perfect kid for you. But they didn't send like any information about who they were or who she was. They didn't have any documents.
Hadn't the last family like given her back?
The last family had given her back, yeah. So, but I don't know.
So
but I still don't know who it was that was trying to flog this kid onto this family. They were like, "Oh, we've got the perfect kid for you," but there was no information about who those people were.
That's so strange.
So this family are like, "Oh, I mean, there's like I said, no paperwork, no documents, no nothing." So they don't really know anything. And then I'm pretty sure the first time before they'd even gone home with her, I think they went to go meet her or something.
Right.
And I think they thought something was off. But then they did take her home and crazy shit started happening. But I also feel like it's kind of a weird thing because there was, like I said, there was just no documentation about who this person was.
How they managed
it seems weird that like you'd feel like something was off yet still take this child. Like I guess you feel bad like, oh, it's a child and this, but like I don't know. I felt like if something was really off, I'd be like, maybe we should wait. Or like
I don't know, like think about it when you want something, innit? Like I remember when I was
that's the thing.
Yeah, like this is a much bigger I'm about to compare it to something that's not relevant to adopting a child at all.
Okay.
I remember like whenever I got the opportunity to buy a new pair of shoes during high school or anything, my parents were going to splash out for me on a new pair of shoes. I would go into town with them, be looking all over, and when there was nothing that I liked, I just had to get a pair of shoes.
backup pair.
So I'd just get some shitty ones, even though I hated them. I just wanted a new pair of shoes.
You've just got
these parents have just been trying to adopt for a while, maybe like they're just sick of it. And now they've got an opportunity. Like it doesn't matter about what's wrong.
To be fair, when I was like
I think
5, I really wanted a baby Annabelle, like one of those dolls. I wanted her in pink. Went to Toys R Us, but they only had yellow, and I was like, "Fuck it, get the yellow,
disgusting yellow one."
Yeah, it's kind of like gender neutral. I kind of liked it.
So you can get behind them.
Yeah, I kind of know what I mean.
But obviously that's when crazy shit started happening when they took it back. So to I guess to bury the lead, whatever. That it turns out that this little girl who they thought was a 6-year-old orphan is actually, well, they're still disputing her age. It's all being tested at the minute. But I think the most recent one was they said she's 22. A 22-year-old sociopath was how she was described in court.
What the fuck?
What crazy stuff was happening?
First crazy thing. First of all, I've just realised that I remember on one of our test episodes, we did an episode about a little person.
Yeah,
is this becoming a theme like we're just going to talk about?
I think we did it about this.
No, we did it about Bridget the midget, the porn star, who stabbed her boyfriend and then went to little person prison.
Yeah.
And you asked, do they have their own separate prisons?
Little cells and stuff.
This is why we left it in the test episode.
No, don't cut that out. Don't cut that out. Never cut that out.
This is going to be edited out.
Tiny. Okay. So maybe this person, she's called Natalia, she's going to end up in a cell next to Bridget the midget.
But like, so I thought that like, I swear, I think I read this story too, and they said like they went to bath her or something, and they were like,
well, that's this. So the first thing that happened was they went to bath her.
Why are you so hairy?
They went, that was what they said. She had full set of pubes.
How did they not realise that she wasn't like a 6-year-old anyway?
Well, they were like, I think whoever had given them off were like, oh, she's developed early or whatever, because she had like, she was a developed woman. Yeah, titties. and so that was the first probably warning.
That's why it's bullshit broadcasting, guys. This isn't the real news. It's alright.
No,
it's okay.
This is exactly it. This is where
this
we're
is what
supposed
we want.
to be. Yeah, exactly. This is what anyone that listens for the first time, this is exactly what it's going to be.
Sorry, babes.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
That was the first weird thing. The second weird thing, and dude, this is where I would have had it. I would have boot kicked it out of the house.
Boot kicked it.
I didn't say it. I did not say it.
Yes, you did.
Did I say it?
You literally did just say it.
I'll tell you why I said it. I was thinking about this. I was thinking about the comparisons to like Chucky. You know the film Chucky?
Yeah.
And I was like, I wish Chucky would come at me. I would kick the shit out of Chucky. That tiny little...
Don't be careful what you wish for, Samir.
Yeah, but I like a big scary monster obviously would mess me up. But a toy, I'm not going to take that from a little toy. I'm not saying that she's a little toy. I didn't say that.
We're talking about Chucky right now.
Compared this.
No. I just got crosswise. It's okay.
Don't get some fake news in this shit.
Anyway,
Yeah.
one of the one of the kids wakes up, and this Natalia is stood over them holding a knife.
Over his other children in
Yeah,
there.
she stood like standing over them with a knife. And apparently that was, I think they screamed when the parents came in, whatever. And then this Natalia girl kept saying weird things to the parents, like, I'm gonna kill them.
Why would you say that?
Ooh, like that. I don't know if she said that, but she was like, I'm gonna kill them.
Why would you say that? It's just giving the game away.
And then the last one, I can't remember. There's probably other ways that happened, but the other one I remembered was they were walking down the street, and I think they had like a really young kid with them, and she took the toy of the young kid, and knowing that he'd chase it, was like throwing it into the road, into like the main car, so that the kid would be like, oh, I'll go get my toy with all these trucks coming and stuff. And she was like, yeah, I'm trying to kill him.
What the fuck?
That's weird. At least in the film Orphan, she was like discreet.
Yeah, she was way more subtle. Yeah.
The thing is, this must be like an actual like trend, because the film Orphan came about because it was a true story. So maybe it's like people like meet up and were like, yeah, I'm gonna go and.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Get adopted.
This is the first. I mean, this is the first big documented one I've heard of. But like, this could have happened before. I don't know.
And if it's from an anonymous source.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
Because there was that video that went viral as well last week. Before I hand it off to you guys, did you see it? It was on Instagram of a bus driver. It's one of the craziest videos I've ever seen. I'll have to put a link to it. Because also by the time this episode comes out, mid-plug, we'll have all of our social media up and running.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to, anything we reference in the episode, hopefully be able to try and get a screenshot or a clip or something.
For all of those
Yeah,
that are dying to know.
Exactly. And this, I'll find the clip, but it starts with this bus driver throwing what looks like a kid off of the bus.
Oh, I love this video.
Have you seen that? And then
it's a full grown-ass man.
Everyone sees this bus driver throwing this kid off the bus.
And toys as well.
Yes, toys, backpack, like all kind, like everything a kid would have. And everyone's like, "Well, you can't throw a kid like that," and starts like going at the bus driver. People go to check on this kid who's just been thrown off the bus, and it's just a grown man. It's like a little person, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, that's not a kid," and everyone just walks away and just leaves him.
He's like a dwarf.
Everyone's just so freaked out.
He's got his hood up, and then they pull his hood down, and he's like, he's got like a beard and that.
But apparently, the backstory to that. Did you hear the backstory? Was that this guy was like hanging out with the kids at the back of the bus, pretending to be a kid, and was like,
being weird.
Yeah.
To be fair,
so the bus driver was like,
even
oh my god, no.
Even like,
through
even if he hadn't done anything wrong, he is being weird by wearing children's clothes and having all those toys. He had like loads of toys, like a doll and like a clown.
This is so strange.
He throws the toys off and then he's like, get off. And then everyone's like, oh, that's a full grown ass man.
See, he threw him. This is what I'm saying about Chucky. You could throw him. You could throw Natalia.
Don't compare Chucky to this person.
No.
All right.
Well, okay, I've got a story for you.
Yeah, go. I'm
Go on then.
Okay, so this one's called... The case report for this story was called Nose Out of Joint. It's quite appropriately named. Man suffers numerous nose infections over 18-year period. And he went to the doctors and had an MRI. And then they were like, yeah, you've got... there's a rubber capsule containing degenerate vegetable or plant matter. And he was like, oh, yeah. I went to prison ages ago and I put a bag of weed up my nose. So he put this balloon of weed. His girlfriend gave him a little balloon of weed to put up his nose, and he forgot about it.
And it was just in there.
18 years. He just like, oh, my nose is so sore all the time. And he had a bag of weed up his nose for so long.
Got a weed plantation in his nostrils.
But I was like, well, you mean like when you go to the doctors, they're like, do you get like arrested for possession? They're like.
Was that in the UK?
You can't get arrested for
It
possession.
was in the USA.
Oh, it was in America.
But yeah, I couldn't believe it. So he literally had this weed up his nose for 18 years, but couldn't work out what the discomfort was. He was like always getting like headaches.
Blow it out or throw it up or something, like at some point in those 18 years.
Like you go into prison and you'd be like, okay, I need to get this weed balloon out my nose, and then you like get so caught up in prison life. Like, oh,
hey man, sometimes you gotta shove things up you when you're in prison.
Yeah, but you're not meant to forget about them.
No.
Yeah, just how it goes there. You gotta put things.
I mean, like surely when he first felt the pain in his nose, he was like, oh, that would be that balloon that I put up there. Like, not, oh, what is that? Like,
yeah, as if he could remember it from that instead of just remembering it as soon as you got back into prison from getting it from your fucking girlfriend.
Yeah, someone's like, oh, there's a bag of weed.
Oh, well, I did do this. I've just kind of kept it up there.
Oh shit!
That's right.
That was 18 years.
That's right.
Like,
ridiculous.
Imagine like basically our whole lives having something with nose and being like, what is that?
Could have grown its own ecosystem. There'll be animals.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's really fucked. But I was like, thought that was quite crazy that he didn't remember.
Yeah.
And the second one I saw, this dad in the UK in Castlefield is keeping an 18-foot python in his 3-bedroom semi with 2 young sons, 4 and 1, and it curls up in the living room until feeding time. and guess what it eats?
Children.
No, but probably stillborn deer and like I knew you'd hate this, Alfie, and like pigs and like just like really big animals.
Wait, so they feed him?
They feed him.
It
It's
that?
like fair enough having a snake, but imagine when it comes to feeding time and you have to get this stillborn deer and you're like in the living room.
Shake it.
I know. I just think it's a matter of time before those
One
children.
of the kids.
I mean, I suppose this. There's a link to this between this and our lottery lowdown. I think
I'll
save some of what I'm going to say,
yeah.
but I think, I mean, what you doing, man? You got little kids running around.
He said, I don't get her out to play when the kids are around, but it's like, and also they have a dog.
How old did you say the kids were?
1 and 4, and they've got a husky as well.
Oh
so
my God,
someone's going to get eaten.
So that python's already eating things bigger than the kids.
Yeah.
Like pigs. They're like this big.
I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time. They're going to come in one day and...
It weighs 18 stone.
They're sneaky. Smarts are snakes. I mean, snakes are smart. That's what I was going to say.
They got them snake smarts. They got them snake smarts, boy.
My friend has like a grass snake. It's died now, but when he used to have it, when it existed, it would always snake out. Like, and they'd have to look for it around the house. Like, I know this is a much bigger snake that eats bigger things and stuff, so you got to be more aware of it, of how to take care of it. But it is only a matter of time.
It is a matter of time. He's going to come in, he's going to hear a scream, come in, and then see an outline of his kid inside a python.
He's going to see a silhouette in
snake. Or just the snake,
frozen,
a big curl of a snake in a kid's head, like a Jungle Book in the kid's head.
Yeah.
He said it's never ever tried to go for like anyone, but he said there's been a few times that he knows a lot about snakes. He's seen it slowly start to like, apparently they wrap tail first around you. They really slowly.
What if the baby's asleep? What if it just falls out?
Has it ever bitten him or anything?
It bit him. It kind of bit him once. It didn't latch onto him. It nipped him when he was applying some ointments.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I appreciate how thoroughly you've read about this.
I know. I was literally there, intrigued. Like you should see the photos. It's like from there to there. There's like 3 people holding it up, and it's like fat. Like you just know that it could probably eat us 3 in one go.
Would you guys ever want any kind of pet snake?
No, I don't see interest.
I don't really mind snakes, but
I don't have a fear of them. Like
I like snakes. I can give a cuddle.
But they're just not appealing to me.
They sell those long ones at IKEA. These are like long.
I've got one.
Have you?
Oh yeah, I literally have one on my
like
bed.
a dragon one somewhere.
Yeah, so you're okay.
So I don't need one. Yeah, I've already got one.
Yeah, exactly.
Side note as well. Have you seen the new IKEA advert?
Oh wow, fucking sick with the grime stuff.
With DWE.
Yeah, man.
I just never thought I would live to see DWE. And I was thinking about this morning. I was like, who in the IKEA marketing was like, I know who we should get. We should get this grime artist from the 90s, this garage guy, to come in, and that's really going to match it with IKEA's brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that being said,
it works. It so
works. I absolutely love it. He's just like roasting.
I need to watch it.
He's just roasting a house. He's like rapping. He's like talking about, you curtains look tired. And she's just like.
The thing is, IKEA doesn't even need to market itself now. Everyone knows about IKEA, so it's just like, let's just have some fun with this advert.
That's probably what it is.
I like when brands can get to that point. Like if they're an enjoyable brand, you know, like they can just do what they like and it works.
They do whatever they want,
just like Tesla.
Well, you got anything else, or is it?
I think it's Alfie's go. Yeah.
Alright, guys. Well, I'm gonna bring the tone down.
It's time to get sad.
Yeah,
sad boy hours.
Oh no!
Play the alarm. It's sad boy hours.
Yep. So on sad boy hours tonight, first story. Have you guys seen this film that's just come out called Blue Story? Not seen it, but do you know of it?
I've heard about I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
By Ratman, and I love Ratman. Shiro's Story, YouTube phenomenon, if you've heard of that.
Shiro's Story is great.
Yeah, I showed Samir Shiro's Story last year when it was all coming out. And, man, it's a great YouTube series. I really appreciate all the effort that he's put into it. It's crazy that you can make a song, an actual, film like that.
They're really well made, man, those
a film about a song.
Yeah, they're really well made, for sure.
So I was very excited for Blue Story, and I still am. I've still not seen it. But basically, it's been taken out of all View cinemas across the country because these kids had a brawl in a cinema showing Frozen 2. And they've linked that to Blue Story. Apparently, as well as that, there are 25 other incidents across the country related to Blue Story that View have claimed but have no evidence of whatsoever. They've shown nothing to support it. But it's all related to Blue Story, so we'll take it out of all cinemas now. Yeah,
I guess they've just shit their pants because obviously, I guess I haven't seen Blue Story, but obviously it's about kind of police and violence in the UK and that kind of stuff, and gang culture in general and that kind of stuff. So it's just another classic. It just feels like this weird propaganda where it's like, I mean, how many times are we going to have to go through the thing where to blame violence on a film or a video
exactly.
Game and stuff. It's
all
just
films have problematic content. That's the point of them.
It's just so tired at this point. It's so tired to think that the problems they've been having are because this film's come out.
So why didn't Dark Knight Rises get taken out of cinemas the minute someone shot up people at the premiere?
I thought that like they'd gone, because it seemed ridiculous to me. I thought they'd gone from that cinema to Frozen 2, but then someone was like, no, they were literally at Frozen 2, and I was like, but they're not going to stop Frozen 2 being shown.
No, exactly.
But it sounded kind of hectic. Like they've literally got like a fat.
Yeah, they had a machete, right?
Yeah, like 5 police officers.
There was like a 13-year-old girl involved, like.
They were all so young. If you see the pictures,
well, they were in Frozen 2. Why would you bring a knife to Frozen 2, man? Come on, you're trying to forget about all that.
I was like watching an interview with him this morning about it. Like someone was asking how he felt about it and stuff, and he's proper like distraught, like pissed off about it, why it's happening and things.
Yeah, of course.
And he was saying that like they were asking him, like, what do you think the crowd was going to be coming in?
Yeah.
He's like, well, I know it was going to be like 15-year-olds. I wanted it to be 15-year-olds, like to see. Because the film's about like gang violence and getting into gangs and things like that, and that's the pinnacle age for that sort of thing. That's when you start to make life decisions.
Yeah.
And the whole point of it is to kind of make you double think that. And he was saying that the film's based on like real gangs in London, and he thought it'd be so cool for people in London to see a film about what they come from, about their areas, everything they've been raised to think and stuff. And he said that people from the gangs were going in together to watch this film, to laugh at things that were happening and stuff, and coming out like shaking each other's hands. So how can you possibly say that this is having a negative impact? Like, these are just some dickhead youths.
Yeah, it happens, man.
Who watched Frozen 2 and got vexed at Olaf.
Do you want to stab a snowman?
So yeah, that's my first sad story that really upset me.
Yeah,
this isn't a sad story, next one, but this is like proper bullshit broadcasting, okay? Like,
let's go.
Let's hear it.
So
give us the bullshit.
Black Friday is coming up in America.
Yep.
And there's this couple, this is on BBC News, right? This is on BBC fucking news. Black Friday, US couple charge shoppers to queue. So this is the headline, right? And there's this couple that are going into queues for people on Black Friday, like the night before, to queue, and they will charge them an amount of money to then swap out when it comes to store opening.
I respect that.
And
fair
apparently,
enough. Shoot your shot.
Apparently it's a bit of a trend. They're all doing it. Like, those people are just kind of like charging to save spaces in the queues and stuff.
I'd do that. I'd
and
stand in a queue
for it
like,
and everything.
I'd stand and still and get paid.
Yeah, I was going to ask, would you do that?
Fuck off. Yeah, depends if I cared.
Yeah, I was really...
And how long for?
I don't know why this is what I thought of first of all, but I guess the most relatable thing to me is when Pokemon Go first came out, and people that were being Pokemon Go trainers by hire, and just they would take your phone and go, "What? You pay them like, I don't know, 20 quid to go catch some Pokemon for you." That's the closest thing I was ever to doing this. But that's a great idea, man. You got to make money.
They're charging $50, £38.
Now they got more money to spend on Black Friday. I respect the hustle.
Yeah. Well, they said that apparently they've been homeless in the past and they're out of jobs currently, so
there you go.
It's a pretty good idea to just get
just go and stand in the queue and then you go and you get paid.
Get
do you think it's just crazy that's how much of a deal Black Friday is now to people?
That's what's
apparently an estimated 165.3 million people expected to hit the shops in the US.
God damn.
What the hell?
I don't think that's that many. Like, there's so many people, like.
That's like more than a quarter of their population.
Black Friday's so big here though as well. I want to go to town to see some deals, but I don't want to go into Primark and see, like, there's people like rolling around on the floor over a pair of socks.
Fighting, I was about to say a pair of socks.
Oh.
I want to see that. I'm ready for the circus. Okay, what else you got before we get in? We've got the lottery lowdown at the end.
Yeah, that is it. Mine was just pretty, just things that annoyed me, really.
Yeah, that's good. You've got to get it out, man.
The annoying section.
So let's go on to the lottery lowdown.
Lottery lowdown. Okay, so last week we did our first lottery lowdown.
Woohoo!
We collected them all. We threw them up in the air.
They were thrown.
And the gods chose one for us, one topic. And they chose big cats. Big cats. Not big cats. That's a different podcast. No.
That's for another week.
Big cats as pets. Which I think is a juicy subject. There's a lot going on around it.
It was Samir's one.
I think it's a great subject. Whoever came up with it should be praised.
Best idea ever.
So I'll hand it off to you guys first. Did you find anything interesting this week about big cats?
I'm not going to lie, I didn't really. Not relevant.
All right, good job, Lizzie. All right, see you next week, everyone.
No, I did find a lot of stuff out. I found out, but not really that's as of recent.
Yeah.
But I didn't realise how much, it's such an expensive, hobby?
Oh my God, yeah.
In the first year alone in America, it'll be $100,000 to keep the upkeep of your big cat. Mm-hmm. That's not even including buying it. And then 10,000 every year after that. So who has this money?
I think it's people who are just bored and they have too much money, they don't know what to do.
It's real status thing.
It's so cruel though. Like, and I was looking about it, and you can actually like, it was telling me like where I could buy the big cats. And all this, and I was like,
I've got some.
There's a statistic that like there's more tigers in captivity in America, like kept as pets than there are in the wild.
I swear there's like more in Texas alone or something.
There is.
Yeah, Texas is where there's loads of like the zoos are that they sell them from.
Yeah, there's more tigers in Texas than anywhere else in the world. That's wild.
That's so sad. Do you not think?
It is, yeah. I think it's sad.
Go ahead,
Alfie.
#vegan. What have you got?
Well, mine's actually about big cats in the UK.
Go for it.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Yeah, so apparently there's this man called Andy Johnson who has got... Oh, God, I don't even know. He's got 12 crocodiles, sorry, not 22. 12 crocodiles. And he's got lion cubs and also a puma.
Is this legal?
Yeah, so I was reading up on this. I'll find what the license is.
If you've got the money.
It's the Dangerous Wild Animals Act, which is 1976, requires that any person who wishes to keep a listed dangerous wild animal must first obtain a DWA license from the appropriate local authority. So it's literally just, you have to have this license to show that you can take care of them responsibly. They're
Where
not
does he
to the
live?
public.
Whereabouts?
Just a second. I think it was... Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm being really slow at this. We'll cut this bit out. Sorry,
it's okay.
I do have it.
It's like I've got some adverts for you guys.
I like to hear some.
About big cats. You almost got it, Alfie. Shall I start on these adverts?
Oh, I've got it. I promise you, I've got it.
It's okay, man.
I just don't want to ruin the story flow right now. Yeah. Oh, Nottinghamshire, Steely and Nottinghamshire. Yeah, boy.
Sorry. Just happens anytime I hear anyone say Nottingham.
Yeah, and apparently there are like, I think there are 24 other people in the UK that have these. No, sorry, 218 people have one of these dangerous wild animal licenses in the UK.
Damn.
So it's quite. I mean, it's not a lot when you think of the population, but
it's quite a lot.
Like in percentages to American stuff. I mean, it's kind of a lot of houses that might have.
Do you think like that big snake that we were talking about earlier? Do you think that's included? Like, or is that? Would you say like?
I don't know if that's the same level as like tigers and shit. You know, I think that's a different game.
Yeah,
I think they're easy.
They're much more docile.
They're easy to maintain than a grown tiger or something.
Yeah, tigers are very active. Like snakes can get away with just being still for amounts of time.
So listen here, guys. I've got some adverts for you. If you listen to this, or to you guys in the room, and you're interested in buying some big pets, I've got some information here for you. This is from Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
because it's a big thing, you know.
Yeah,
it's a big thing
that's why it's really a real status thing.
Yeah, because like I said before, people are so rich that they have no idea what to do with their money. So they're like, oh, I'll just get the most dangerous animal I can think of. So here we've got some young baby cheetahs are ready for sale, which is for about £400.
That's so cheap.
If you're interested,
that's like half the price of my dog.
I've got the WhatsApp number here for you, so if you're interested, I've got the Gmail, the WhatsApp, so if you guys want to get involved, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then here we've got, the name of this is 100 super trained tiger clubs available. I don't know what makes them super trained.
Innit?
They're just tiger clubs, really. But, you know, they've got all their paperwork, they've got all their health stuff, order with 100% serious buyers only. So if you listen to this, you want to buy a big cat, don't be wasting my time, man. Tell me if you actually want to buy a real big tiger and I'll sort you out.
That's mad.
I'm just kidding, Lizzie. You look at me like, it's crazy. This guy's trying to sell tigers on his podcast.
Serious. I can't believe it, like, it's so cheap. Like, I would have thought that these big cats would have been like so much money.
Do you guys want to do with another lorry load?
Oh, Samir, you've definitely been looking at them.
No, I haven't. I've just been collecting mould in the bottom of my bag.
Yum.
Did you watch the?
Yeah, you guys carry on.
There's a Louis Theroux doc on one of the.
Yes.
Like one of the episodes where he's on
Hate
about
it.
like it
makes me angry.
One of the men says in it. One of the men that owns one of the big like sort of zoo enclosures for like loads of his wild animals.
Yeah.
He's like Louis like saying, are you sure that they would not rather be in the wild? Like, how do you know that this is what they want? And this guy was saying that in the wild, they have to survive. Like, yeah, you could say that they've got free space. You could say that they've got the freedom to roam, but are they actually free? All they want to do when they're moving around is find something to eat, find something to hunt. Whereas here, they've got everything they need, and it will be supplied for them forever. If we were free like they were, we would have to be hunting for our own food every day, foraging, all of this stuff. But actually, it's given to us, and we call ourselves imprisoned. In our society.
But people just think that they think they're doing them a favour.
Yeah,
If you look at the amount of space, like lions walk thousands of like miles. Not, I guess for food, but at the same time, they're big. They need this. Like, they can't. Yeah. If you see them in zoos, they're always pacing because they're bored.
That family in Indianapolis could have done with a pet tiger. That would have saved them. So it's time for our final segment, the Lottery Lowdown, where we're going to get a random topic we'll talk about again next week, as we did today with Big Cats. And as mentioned at the beginning, by the time this episode goes up, we'll be rolling, we'll be going. So with no further ado,
do not hesitate.
It's time for the theme song for the Lottery Lowdown. That doesn't exist yet, but it will soon.
Oh yeah.
Out now, go. Who's going to get it? I hit the microphone. Lizzie again. It's Lizzie's again. Lizzie, what is it?
Next week, we will be talking about Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
I don't even know what it is.
You don't know
That's
what that is.
That's going to be a great episode if you don't know what that is.
Right, done that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So tune in next week.
So yeah, that's it. That's episode.
To hear about Hulk Hogan and other bullshit.
Episode 3.
News.
In the bag. Put a fork in it.
Episode 3.
See you next week.
Completed it.
I turn on the news and there's plenty of it, but what are people actually saying? You know, there's nothing to it. It's just a whole lot of
bullshit.
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 Bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit. Broadcasting.